when we talk about health, or in other words, wellness, we're talking about physical health, we're talking about mental health, and we're talking about the social health.
Hi friends, Ike Chudike from A to A series. What do I have to say? It will be offensive of me, very wrong of me, if I don't tell all of you, thank you, in the language of our own understanding. On behalf of the entire team of From A to A series, I say thank you so much for the remarks, the share. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. We appreciate everything you do for the YouTube channel. We appreciate it so much. The new subscribers, we love you guys. And one thing we have in this house, everybody is right in his or her own opinion. You have right to make your own comment. It's your opinion, it's your own remark, it's your own comment. So welcome out in, and we learn a lot. And to let you know, we don't joke with you guys. Today, on From A to A series studio, it's our honor, privilege to bring one that a lot of people have even reached my personal chat and email said, Kabisi, want to see him again because the world want to hear him talk again. He'll be very busy. Is he a man or a woman? He's young. But what he have here about health, they say good health is priceless. You can have long life. If you don't have good health, let me not, it's not my profession, it's not my line. Today, in our studio, we have one. I call him Ben Udwak. Bet, I'll let him to introduce himself. You love him. One of the best in the world. Ben, catch up first.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's a privilege to be here once again. My name is Ben Edwok, and it's a privilege to be here. I've been here before, and I was asked to come back here because people have questions, and it's really, really nice to be here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the feedbacks, for the previous video that we did. I'm sure you all had, an interesting time listening back and forth again. Please, you can go back to the video and learn a bit more, as I'll be answering some of the questions that you already have for me today. All right, thank you so much.
Permit me to shake you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't remember one of those questions you treated the last time. Food as medicine. It was awesome.
Definitely.
But now, based on that, can I just one question? Somebody said, Kabisi, cold food and hot food, which is better? I said, if I give you an answer, you might not accept it. But keep it, wait. Ben will be back to From A to A series studio. Please, let our global audience, because everybody eats food.
Of course.
Cold food and hot food. Please let our friends know which one is better.
Okay, that's quite simple. It's always best you get to eat warm food because the human body is always in a warm state. So when you eat cold food, your body works extra. Your body tends to work even more. Yeah, exactly. So, but when you take warm food, then it's easy for the body to break it down and easily process it. And that's the reason why it's advisable you just do warm food. If it's very hot, for some of us, if you eat hot food, you'd see the reaction. If it's way too hot, you react. That means your organs too will react to it that way. It could hurt you and cause some form of wound that over time can become ulcer to you if you take so much of hot food. So the best is actually warm food.
Friends, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. This information Ben is sharing today, don't have it alone. You have a brother, you have a sister, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have a father, you have a mother, and you want that person to live well, to have good health. Please share it with the person. Let's not be selfish about it because it took us time to drag Ben to come and share this with us. Did I say us here because we're involved in this? Now, okay, now let me ask this question now. How can someone improve his or her health?
Well, that's important.
Or is it possible?
Yes, of course, it's very, very, very possible. But the first thing is we need to break these things down. What is health to the next person? So what is health to you? What is health to me? What is the general conception of health? For example, I will just put it in simple terms. When we talk about health, or in other words, wellness, we're talking about physical health, we're talking about mental health, and we're talking about the social health. So let me start from the social health. That's my relationship with you. That's the way I communicate with you. So if I don't have a good way of communicating with you, that means I'm not healthy. I'm a toxic person. And so if I'm being toxic, it means that you would stay away from me and it will affect me over time, because no man is an island. That means I need you, you need me. And so social health is quite important. How I relate with friends, families, work colleagues, everywhere around me, clients, partners, it's important. That's social health. And we talk about mental health. In today's world now, especially if you work in white collar organizations, and most of the time you hear people say, oh, you are affecting my mental health. The situation is affecting my mental health. Any little thing, oh, it's my mental health. Because right now there are awareness and advocacy for mental health, because it's a key aspect of health. Reason being is, if my state of mind is not proper, it's not right, it's not 100%, it means I will not function well. I might go to work, but then I will not be able to give 100%. I will not be able to give as much as I should, and that could affect the productivity, my productivity, number one. It would then affect the productivity of the company, which in other times means that my productivity, when it does affect the productivity of the company loses money. So nobody likes to lose money. So it means mental health is very key. And it doesn't even end there. Mental health in the way that if I am not in the right frame of mind, it means I will not see things better with my family. It also will affect family time. Exactly. So if you're a husband, it means that you will not be able to attend to your wife as you should. Or even your children, if you're a father or a mother. So these things are very key. Mental health is very, very important. One has to take care of it so you don't fall into depression. And depression can actually happen to anybody. And the person might be laughing, looking at you, you see the person playful, and tomorrow they're committing suicide because they are depressed. And so that's how sensitive mental health is. And the last one, physical health. So for physical health, that's the one that everybody is more concerned about, because that's the one you can see. You don't see the social part, you don't really see the mental part. So it's easier to see the physical part. For example, my physique is physical, you can see it. If I'm getting chubby, fat, or slim, you can easily see it. If I'm losing weight and becoming bony skeleton in nature, you can see that very, very quickly. If my eyes are not as bright as you've known it to be, you can see that as well. So the physical health is the part where your eyes can easily see and you can pick out the abnormalities around it. So people pay more attention to that, and it's important. Why? Because physical health has different sections to it. Number one, you have to look at the fact that for you to have this physique, you need to eat food. Can you see how important the food eventually becomes? You need to eat food. And then when you do eat food, you now determine what type of food to eat to help you stay healthy. When I mean food now, I mean how it's going to interact with your organs, because your organs are the major engine room of the human body. So it is very, very key that we tend to focus, and we should be paying attention to what we put inside the body, because food is medicine, and medicine takes care of this human body. And another part of the physical health is exercises. So every time we exercise, we are giving our body the opportunity to become stronger, mobile, and flexible. And which is why we advise people on a daily basis, if you work in a sedentary type, or if you have a sedentary type of lifestyle, maybe in your place of work and you're
Can you
always
give a
sitting.
simple language for people to catch?
Yeah, so if you're always sitting down
Okay.
and walking,
Yeah.
and maybe you sit from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m., please give yourself the opportunity to get up at time and walk around.
So between that 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., you advise people not to sit all day.
Please don't sit all day. Get up and move around. There is no organization you get up and you tell them that your HR will ask you and you say, oh, please, man, I'm just trying to move around and just stretch my body. Nobody will be offended because, as a matter of fact, that is actually going to help your productivity. You cannot keep sitting down every day from 9 to 5. If you do that, what is going to happen is you're going to give yourself some form of deformity over time. And what I mean by that is you're going to be slouching your back over time. It's going to affect your spinal cord over time. You don't want to fall into that category of people. So the best thing is, because of the nature of your job, find time to get up, move around a bit more easily, a bit more frequently. And when you are home, please exercise as little as doing pull-ups, push-ups, maybe a little bit of exercise just to make you mobile. Stretch your body as much as possible on a daily basis. These things really does help you stay mobile. These are the little exercises your body needs to do. Not everybody will have the opportunity of going to the gym.
Okay.
Not everybody will have the time or the luxury to go to the gym. But for the little you can afford to do, your room, a 10 minutes, 15 minutes stretch and push-ups can really save you a lot in life.
Okay. That comes to this now. That means there's a simple exercise somebody can do and it's enough.
Oh, yes.
It's not it must be complex or difficult physical this thing.
It doesn't have to be complex, to be very honest. This is why I always advise maybe seek the help of professional fitness trainers, because they would help you navigate through the process. For younger people, oh yes, I advise do a little bit of rigorous things, make it a little bit harder for yourself, develop that muscle as much as possible, because as you grow older, the bones get leaner, they get thinner. So, and at that point, you really need to start building muscles even more, because you don't want to stop doing certain things that you're already doing at 40, at 30. When you're at 70, you still want to be able to play football. You still want to be able to play lawn tennis. You still want to be able to do basketball, possibly. So, and for you to achieve that, it means you must be doing that at 30, 40, and have a consistent lifestyle over time, for you to be able to achieve that.
Okay, let me say this quickly now. The way you already go, you're talking about, maybe put a little light on it. How can someone improve his or her health?
It's quite, it's not that difficult.
Okay.
First of all, it's a decision you
Okay.
have to make. When you make that decision that you want to improve your health, decision will now mean you will take actions, because there is no decision without action. It has to follow up with action. So when you take action, the question you now need to ask after making a decision, what actions do I need to take?
Okay.
Then, for example, you want to improve your health. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, what's the state of my health?
Okay.
Have you done a test? This is why you need to go and do a test. It's important that you do tests. Check yourself very well. Know the state of your body, the state of your organs, and this will help you. And when you do notice that, the next thing is to now ask yourself, what do I need to do? If you are in a preventive state, that means all organs, everything is working normally, there is no challenge, then what you now need to do is pay attention to what you're eating. Exercise as much as possible. Sleep. In other words, rest is very, very important. So if you eat well and you exercise and you rest, these are the three most important things you need to do.
Can you say it again to our global, one after the other? Can you tell our global friends? Number one,
you have to eat well.
Eat well, yes.
Yes. Number two, you have to exercise.
Exercise well, yeah.
Then you have to rest.
Rest well.
Yes.
Eat well,
Yes.
sleep,
Yes.
that is rest.
Yes.
Now, with that now, is sleep part of rest? Or how does it apply to health?
Well, it's important to sleep. I cannot overemphasize because when you sleep, your body is in a state of repairing itself.
Please, I want my global. Hi, friends. This is what I usually appeal. In the comment section, please, I beg you, make your own remark because from your remark is why Ben is here today. Make a remark, share to a friend, to a brother, to a sister, husband, wife, children. Share this. We need to have this in good health. Okay, back again.
Yes. So, like,
Now you don't say something now. That means human being can repair himself. Repair, we say, when we sleep, the body is being repaired. Please let our friends hear about it.
so God is awesome. God has a way of helping us.
Okay.
So when you sleep, your body repairs itself. The reason you take medicine, it's so that you give your body, that means your organs, the required nutrition, the required nutrients, the required medicine, in other words, nutrition that the body needs for it to repair itself. So the body, when you are asleep, that is when the body really works. It will take the time to repair itself, and then you wake up. That's why when someone is sick, the doctors will put you on a bed rest. The idea behind that is you are not stressing your body at that point in time. At that point in time, when you are lying down on the bed or lying down on your couch and you're spending 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, you are really just resting. Your body is repairing itself and recovering.
That means you are telling our global friends, when a man walk from Sunday to Monday, I have little time for rest and little time to sleep, is harmful to the health.
Oh yes, if you don't get enough sleep, at least you need 8 hours of sleep every day.
That matter for another day.
At least you need 8 hours of sleep.
Okay,
every day.
let me now. While I'm checking the system, now we selected some top questions from over time, which we'll be compiling. We're going to throw some to you today.
Okay.
And by the grace of God and with our workings, Ben will be back again. Okay. Now, why I say this workings, what man has to do, then God will not do what God will do. Okay, now someone asks, long life. Can a man guarantee himself long life?